All right, guys, let's get some NCAA picks and props for Saturday, February 10th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at our leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yep, and I lied to you guys. I'm not 0-0. That's because my game just in. Round of applause. I agree, Bear. I gave out Nevada on the money line versus San Diego State. It was a sweaty game. It was a roller coaster of a game. But hey, a win's a win. We went into overtime. Nevada, they got a big home win against San Diego State. Let's go, Wolfpack.
Yeah, and I am currently 0-0. I gave out Colorado State minus 16.5. They are up 17 points right now with 17 minutes left in the second half. So hopefully they can cover the 17 points and we can get a sweep on the board for the game picks. Trey, let's go to the player props. How do you start us off?
Yep, a classic one step forward, two steps back here because I gave out Jaden Leedy under 27.5 PRAs versus Nevada. He was no-show the entire game. Overtime happened, and he basically did everything for San Diego State. So he hit because he finished with 28 PRAs. So I lost on the hook. That was a punch to the gut.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to lose mine too. I gave out Isaiah Stevens over 16 points going up against San Jose State. The dude's only shot 3 times all game. He's got 3 points. So not sure why he's not shooting, but I mean, Colorado State's up by 17. So I can't really dock him for not scoring points. So they're up by 17 points. So Trey, let's go over to the game pick side that we had yesterday. It was the VCU and Dayton game. Great game. I mean, makes you want to bleed out the eyes sometimes when you watch it, but I gave out the under 135.5. That hit by 1 million points. And you gave out VCU plus 1.5, and they won the game outright. It was a really good game all the way down. I don't think VCU ever gave up the lead at home. So we did sweep the board there with the group plays. Let's go to the group plays for tomorrow. Loaded slate. We're going to start with Gonzaga going up against Kentucky. Kentucky minus 4.5, over under 168.5. You love, or at least I love seeing that big 168.5. How do you start, though?
Yeah, they couldn't have set this line up high enough. Give me Kentucky here. Minus 4.5. I don't like what I'm seeing from this Gonzaga team. If we look at what they did in the non-conference, they were kind of disgusting, and they're doing what they always do, just beating up in their conference schedule to pump up their wins and makes them look better than what they are. This Gonzaga team is not what they are in the past few seasons. They don't have Timmy. They don't have Suggs. They don't have any of the good players. Holmgren. All of them are gone, and there's nobody really there to take the reins anymore. And I love Kentucky. I think Reeves is going to dominate here in this game for the Wildcats. And I love that this game's in Kentucky. 4.5 points for Kentucky at home. Gonzaga had to travel all the way across the country. Sign me up. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game Gonzaga's kind of have to win to like get some credit back. But I'm not going to give a side here. I'm just going to take that over 168.5. Challenge me. Go ahead, book. Challenge me all you want. Over 21 points per 5 minutes in the first and second half. Sign me up for that. I like the over in this game. Kentucky, they give up a ton of points. Gonzaga, as you can see, they're very efficient on the offensive side. But if you look at Kentucky, 89.7 points per game. That's second best, right behind Alabama. The Gonzaga defense, they've been good, but they play shit opponents every single day. So that's 67.6 more like in the 70s. And Kentucky, doesn't really matter what defense they got on. You can throw out Houston. Kentucky's still going to run and gun against teams. So I like the over 168.5. This might even touch 200. 100 game. That would be really good to see, really fun to see. So give me the over 168.5 in that game. Trey, let's go to the next game. Huge game in the Big 12. Baylor going to Allen Fieldhouse, Kansas, minus 6.5, over under 151.5. How do you start?
Yeah, this game's going to be an interesting game to watch. I think I learned my lesson about fading KU at home. So give me KU here, Kansas, minus 6.5. And if we look at Baylor versus KU in Lawrence, I mean, it just makes me want to hammer KU here because they've absolutely dominated them. Over the last 5 games at Lawrence, KU won 4 of those. The only game that Baylor won was the COVID year. So we do need to take note of that. Whenever the crowd's there, Baylor struggles in Lawrence. So I expect KU to come in here and just do what they do best and dominate. Last season in Lawrence, KU won this game by 18. Yeah, Baylor's probably better than what they were last season with Ray J. Dennis. But at the end of the day, we got to go with the Rock, Chalk, J, Hawk, KU. God, I just bled saying that. Let's go K-State.
Yeah, I can't believe you did that. I'm going to give out Kansas here as well, minus 6.5. It's just, I don't know. Kansas, they beat up on Houston at home. I thought they were the best team in the world, and then they went to Kansas State, and they got beat at Kansas State, and it really, I mean, the game was close, I guess, but I felt like Kansas State was in control for most of the game, which is kind of crazy to say. So I'm going to see what this Kansas team is really made of. They're going to either be on the fraud watch or a good team again if they take care of Baylor, because Baylor, they've been messing around. They've been getting in close games all season long in the Big 12. They've been losing some games close. I want Kansas to come in here and blow them out at home. I think the crowd's going to be great. Obviously, a really big Big 12 game atmosphere here in Allen Fieldhouse, the loudest stadium in college basketball. So give me Kansas minus 6.5. I'm with you, Trey, on that one. Let's go over to our plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be talking about this Nicholls State going up against Lamar game, and it's going to be an entertaining game to watch. I've bet on Nicholls twice this season, and they cashed for us both times. And Nicholls, they come this game with a 12-10 record. They're also 11-8 ATS, and the Colonels, they are 5-7 on the road, but they have won 4 straight conference games, entering this one by an average score of 80-74. And Lamar, they entered this game with a 12-10 record. They're also 12-7-1 ATS. In the Cardinals, they are 9-1 at home, which looks good. But whenever you dive in deep to who they played at home, it is a ultimate cupcake schedule. So give me Nicholls here. I'm going to take them at plus 5.5. I bet on them in the last game they covered. So I'm going to follow that up here and bet on them again. I believe they're going to win this game straight up. So I love that we're getting points here. And this matchup honestly has been dominated by Nicholls. They've won 5 out of the last 7 matchups between these two teams. And I think they can add another win to that register here. That's because Nicholls, they're a team that depends on their defense, and they just dominate at the free throw line as well. They're in the top 100 in college basketball in free throw attempts per game. Their mission is to win the conference. They have one of the youngest head coaches in college basketball. Seems like he has the boys buzzing in the right direction right now. So give me Nicholls State here, plus 5.5 versus Lamar.
Yeah, Trey, I like to play there. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the Trojans, USC, going on the road to take on Stanford. I'm taking Stanford to cover the small spread, minus 2.5 at home in this one. The Trojans, they've been overvalued all season long because they've got some players on their team that are popular. They're always a heavy public favorite, and they simply just aren't a good team this season. They're sitting at 9-14. If we look at the last 5 games for them, they've only won one of those games since January 20th, and it was against a really bad Oregon State team at home in that game. And the other 4 games, they lost outright and against the spread against California, Oregon, UCLA, and then a really bad Arizona State team on this season. The Trojans are dead last in the Pac-12. They're 1-7 away from home this year. And Stanford, they've been playing really good basketball over the last 5 games. They did pick up back-to-back losses against UCLA and Arizona in the last 2 games, but they were in both of those games. They had Arizona on the ropes in the first half and carried a lead into the halftime nearly 10 minutes into the second half. But Arizona, they were too much towards the end. They took that game away. They also had a tightly contested game against a very good UCLA team now who is charging, losing that game by 8 points. But that game was also neck and neck the entire way. Stanford has covered the spread in 4 of the last 5 games they have played, and they have quality wins at home this season against Washington, Washington State, and Utah. This is also a revenge game special for Stanford because USC actually beat them by 14 points at home the last time these teams met this season. Stanford and USC was tied with 10 minutes left in the game. USC scored 32 points in the last 9 minutes, took the game by 14 points. Stanford, they had 18 turnovers in that game, their season high. I don't see that happening again, especially at home in this one. Give me Stanford, minus 2.5 in the revenge spot against the Trojans as the play. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be talking about Jahmir Young here, and I'm going to be going over 19.5 points versus Ohio State. I really love this over for Young in this game. I bet on him 3 times so far this year, and he's cashed for us every single time. And I expect him to keep that streak going in this one because we have a lot of great trends working in our favor. The first trend is that this is a road game, and Young, he actually plays significantly better on the road because he averages 23.5 points per game on the road, which is well over this number. And just over his last 7 games, Young, he's averaging 23.4 points per game, which is also over this number. So he's coming in this game with some serious positive momentum. And whenever we look at this matchup versus Ohio State last season versus the Buckeyes, Young, he dropped a 30-piece on him. And I expect something similar here in this game. Young, he should easily be able to eclipse 20-plus points here in this conference game. I love this play. Look at that mean mug. Give me Jahmir Young to go over 19.5 points versus Ohio State.
Yeah, Trey, I like to play there. For my player prop today, it's going to be Mark Sears again to go over his total points going up against LSU. His number came out last time at 20.5. I'm assuming it's going to come out at 20.5 again, and I'm going to take that over. Alabama, they got stomped on against Auburn in their last game on the road, and this game's also going to be on the road for them against LSU, a team who's been playing much better over the last couple games. So I don't think this is going to be a blowout for Alabama, so we should see normal minutes from Mark Sears in this game, and he plays much better on the road than he does at home. On the season, away from home, he's scoring 22.3 points per game, and he's been very efficient, shooting 51.4% from the field in those games. He's also much more aggressive on the road, getting to the line. He's taking 6.5 free throws per game on the road, making 5.7 of those, shooting 87.7% from the charity stripe. One of the main reasons I give out Mark Sears a lot is because he gets to the line, and getting free points in college basketball, whenever you take a player prop, is everything. He has now gone over his total number of points in 9 of the last 10 games, scoring over 21 points in 9 of those 10 games. And in the last matchup against LSU, he poured in 21 points at home, only making 5 total shots from the field. He made 11 free throws in that game. It was his second worst shooting performance in the last 10 games, and he still scored 21 points. And LSU defensively this season, they have not been very good, especially over the last 3 games, giving up 88 points in the last game, 74 points to Arkansas, and then against Alabama, 109 points in the last meeting. Give me Mark Sears once again to go over his 20.5 points as to play against LSU. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off.
Yeah, guys, I went with Nicholls here, plus 5.5 against Lamar. They're just a better team. I've loved watching them play. Their coach is electric, so I love this play. I was going with Jahmir Young over 19.5 points versus Ohio State. The guy's a stud, 20-piece nugget walking around waiting to be eaten, and this game's not going to be any different.
A little sweet and sour and barbecue sauce like that play, Trey. My play is going to be Stanford. Minus 2.5 at home, revenge spot against a bad USC team. Sign me up for that. And then Mark Sears over 20.5 points going up against LSU. He scored 21 last time, only made 5 shots, his worst performance in the last 10 games. He's going to score 21-plus points again for this Alabama team. Guys, that's going to do it for the NCAA Plays and Props for Saturday, February 10th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Guys, before you watch the video, please make sure to tune in February 11th, Super Bowl Sunday at a halftime. We're going live for the $1,000 giveaway for this channel for hitting 10,000 subs. You have to be in the live to claim the $1,000 prize. We've had you been commenting Llama for the last month. If you commented Llama, you're going to be on the wheel. You have to be in the live at halftime. We're going to go live about 20 minutes before the halftime kicks off, so everybody get in, and then we're going to spin the wheel a couple times. If you're there, you're there. You win $1,000. If you're not, we're going to keep on spinning until someone who's in the live is there to claim the prize. Don't forget, halftime, live show, $1,000. Be there. All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit 10,000 subscribers again. We want to thank everybody again. Trey, if you want to pull that 10,000 subscribers up, if you guys comment Llama on any of our videos up until Super Bowl, you will be entered into winning $1,000 from us. The only catch is, come Super Bowl Sunday, you have to be in the chat to claim the prize. We're going to have a live at halftime. You have to be in the chat to claim the prize, and you have to comment Llama on any of the videos up until the Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. We also have a new game. It's going to be Trey and myself versus the Bear Pack. You can call it Pros versus Joes if you want. I don't really like the name because I don't consider us pros. I don't consider you guys Joes. But Trey, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, this is how you guys play. You're going to go to our YouTube channel. You're going to hit the community tab. We've been in the community tab a lot this season. You're going to go to the community tab. We have our plays for the day. So obviously the intro is not going to have plays for today, but these are our plays for our next video. It's the Pelicans minus 2.5, the Heat minus 5, Quinnipiac minus 4.5, and Wisconsin minus 10.5. Those are Trey's and myself's plays. What you guys are going to do is pick which one you think will not hit, meaning you're going to fade us, which is Pros versus Joes, which is the game called, but you guys are going to try to pick which one is not going to hit. If you guys win, you're going to get a point. If we win, we're going to get a point. We're going to run it Friday through Friday every single week. Whichever team has the most wins, so 4-3, 6-2, whatever it is, that person or group will win $50. If the community wins, we're going to do a wheel spin for the community. If we win, I don't know how we're going to get our cheddar, but you guys are just going to have to subscribe, I guess, more. But that's the game. Hopefully everybody understands it. Trey, let's get into the video. Look at the leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You can click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,